Yeah, very good morning, guys. So last day, where are we? We just been talking about we have been completed Facebook and Google authentications, right? So we have incorporated both these two things in our application. So we are done with both the two things, Facebook as well as Google authentication. So today, let's do one thing. Let's talk about how to host our application on a public server. How to host our application on a public server. So you developed a website here. After developing your website, after developing your particular website, you wanted to give this site to the client. You developed it. Now the client in the sense, what we do, we are going to host this site directly on a public server so the client can use it. Are you clear? So we are going to host our site directly on a public server so the client can use the site now. So not client can use the site, users can use the site. I developed an application for a bank. Bank is my client. So who is going to use? Customers of the bank are going to use. So the customers of the bank wants to use this application. The application should be hosted on a public domain now. The application should be hosted on some public domain, somewhere in a public location. So then only people can start using it. Are you clearer or not? The application should be hosted on a public domain. So then only people can start using this one. So I need to host it. Where we can host it? Any public domain here. Today, everyone is going for a cloud platform. Everyone is going to be cloud platform. Basically, two types of architectures what we have. One is called as on-premises and the second one is called as cloud, public cloud. What is on-premises? On-premises in the sense, I maintain my own server. Means the bank is going to maintain its own server. The bank maintains its own server. Means they purchase all the hardware. A lot of hardware is required. And just have the manpower to do this job. All these particular things are done by themselves. That is called as on-premises. Second option what we have is a public server. What is a public server? Means hosting a website on some public server. Like you can host it on Microsoft Azure, Google's GCP, okay, and Amazon's AWS. All these are public servers basically. All these are some public servers what we just have. So three things mainly. First option, you can go for on-premises. On-premises in the sense, you can go for having your own server, maintain all the hardware, software, people, costly. It is going to be costly. Second thing is going to be going for a public server, a public domain. Okay, and the three most popular public domains what the industry uses now is, one is the Microsoft's Azure, and the second one is Amazon's AWS, Amazon Web Services, and the third one is the GCP from Google, Google Cloud Platform, Google Cloud Platform. So any of these three things can be used for hosting. Okay. But basically, when we talk about Microsoft applications, the most compatible server is always going to be our Azure, Microsoft Azure, its own server. So you can easily host your application on Microsoft Azure and start working with this. Did you understand my point? You can easily host your application on a public server and you can start hosting on it. Are you clear? Okay, how do we do this? How are we going to complete or perform this particular task? Okay, so let us just try to understand about it. So how are we going to perform this one right now? So I want to host my application on a public server like Azure. So the first important thing is all of you just create an Azure account here. Actually, there is a free account available for students on Azure. Like a 1 year free account is available. You can just register with that free account basically. If anyone working in the industry already, Might be you will be having your Azure accounts to test it. Might be they will not be. So hosting an MVC core application on Microsoft Azure. The first thing you do is you have a website like portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com. So open that website, portal.azure.com. Log in with, and create an account. All of you create an account. Okay, just to create one new account basically. I just already have an account. So let me log in with my account. Okay, just log in with your account. Okay, create an account or log in with your account. So after creating or logging with your account, what you're required to do is, here you'll be finding an option called subscriptions. You're required to create a subscription. See, you gone for OTT. You're required to just choose some subscription, a monthly plan or a 6 months or an annual or a 3 months quarter plan or something. You're required to choose a plan now. So here also subscription is also the same thing. You're required to go for creating a subscription now. Are you clear? So you can just go for a subscription. When you click on this particular subscription, I already have a subscription. Because I have a subscription, my subscription is shown here already. But you don't have a subscription, you will not be having this. So what you'll do is click on the add button. You'll be finding an app, different options. Select an offer for your subscription. You'll be finding app. There'll be a free trial, Azure for students. There is an Azure for students account which you can create for 12 months. Okay. Free access, a free trial is also available. Because for me, it is not active. For you, it can be active because I'm an existing user. For me, it is not active. But Azure students account is there. Mine is pay as you go account. What is pay as you go? Basically, a flexible pay as you go plan involves no upfront cost, no initial cost here, and no long-term commitment also. You pay only for the resources that you use. No long-term commitment, and see, my account is pay as you go account. I have an account. I can use whenever I want. If I use, I'll be billed. That's all. Only for my usage. I hosted a website, guys. Afterwards, I just got transfer. Uninstalling the website. I just removed the website. That's all. When I host my website, billing starts. After 2-3 days, I just go for stopping my website. Billing stops. That's called as pay as you go account. No upfront cost. You use it in this month. Okay, pay me this much. That's all. That's what we call pay as you go. Just like renting a book. You go for a bookstore and you are asking for renting a book. You take a rent of a book on a particular day and you return it back on 3 days or 4 days. They'll be charging you per day this much. Pay the rent. That's all. Or renting a bike. You can rent a bike or a car. Options. Same way. This is also same pay as you go account. Okay. Mine is a pay as you go account. You just click on select offer and continue the process. You just go for providing all the details and do the registration. Clear, Ara? So that is the first thing what you require to do. Subscription. Again, come to home page. From here only we went to subscription, right? Okay. Now come to home page. Nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with first create the subscription. That's all. Now come to your studio. Okay. So in the studio, what you'll do now is right click on the project in Solution Explorer. You'll be finding an option called as publish. Click on the publish option. Yeah, opens a window. And here select Azure. Select the option called as Azure. Click on the next button. Okay. So here you'll be finding an option here, Azure App Service for Windows, same way we have for Linux. Different operating systems are available. Just choose this option. Publish your application code to a managed infrastructure that is easy to scale. So choose that Azure App Service. Click on Next button. Yeah. Basically here, it will ask you to log in. I already logged in, guys. I have already logged in with my account on my studio. To sign in with your registered account. Why is asking again? I forgot the password. I forgot. What happened to this? Just a minute, guys. It's showing it is logged in. Next button is not coming. Already sign in. Account is there. Let me log out. Hold on, guys. Just logged into my account, but still it is not enabling the next button. What happened? My Microsoft account is Gmail account on it. There's another place you'll find a login option. I'm not finding it where. Debug options. Analyze tools, code. Just look at back in import customize options. Help Visual Studio license status. Where you have that? Where? Uh, about okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're in Serial Explorer. Just a second. Login. What is happening? Okay, let's try that. Maybe. Try opening as an administrator. Not sure. Run as administrator. If it works, fine. But never face this problem any time. First time I'm facing this. Actually, when I log in with my account, here it will show my name. It's not coming. Why? I did not understand that. So opening that window and closing off again. Why? I don't understand. Sign in, signed in. Account settings. Remove. Add account. Sign in. how it came. Mine is not a free account. No, no, mine is not a free account. The form was not in my plot. I got the plus link and the published on. Mine is not a free account here. Mine is a pay as you go account. Just a minute. Just a minute. This can be one reason why it will not work. Hold on a second. Portal.azure.com. You understood. Might be this is one reason. Can be. I have an auto payment of thing. If any bills are pending, that will not work. my account status. The billing passed by. Oh God. Don't know why. Not a debit here, but still it's an outstanding bill is there. Outstanding balance, the select payment method will become an active. Why? Something wrong with my. Hold on a second, guys. Please hold on a second. Claim recently RBI has changed its policies. Even your credit cards, debit cards registered on the site, you're required to reapproval it. Until then, that doesn't work. An outstanding payment here because of that not work. No, not run as administrator problem. Don't require to run as administrator at all first. Still the account has not been activated. It take time to let me see the account status once. Subscriptions. Zero. Payment successful. Update may take some time for the portal to reflect the update subscription status. Active now. Changed. Status got changed. Just a minute. Till the account is not get activated. Close the studio and open once. Status is active on there. Well, the status is not getting reflected here, guys. We'll try tomorrow. That status is not getting reflected here because there is a pending payment there. You know why? I already got in Azure account. Already have an auto debit payment, but still not back. Okay. We are just still have this one. We'll complete this tomorrow. I'll show you. I'll show you tomorrow. Nothing but code first. First. The DB first approach. So NT framework core, the DB first approach. How do you work with the DB first approach? Let me finish up this one. Okay. Any of this account gets reflected automatically because of the payment pendings here. So we'll just do that in the next session. No issues. Okay, we'll see it tomorrow. No issues. Leave it. See, we already worked with code first. We have DB first here. One small example. It's a very limited support is there. We don't have a complete full support, limited support. This is available in NT framework core, also built with a very limited support. This is available in NT framework core also, but with a very limited support. You don't have an extensive support like our MVC5. No Wizard, nothing is there first. Wizard is not there. To work with the DB first, create a new Asp Net core web application, namely MVC core DBF, choose .NET 6 or 5, whatever it is. We just choose the appropriate option. So let's create a new project. ASP.NET Core Web Application, MVC Core DBF. Yes, MVC Core DBF. Next. So just choose .NET 6.0. Long-term support. Long-term support. And also select the checkbox configure for HTTPS. Select the checkbox. What? Configure for HTTPS. HTTPS. Okay, and also select do not use top level statements. Select the checkbox. Do not use top level statements and click on create button. Okay. In EF core, we don't have a designer support. First thing you remember, we don't have a designer support for creating a DB first project like we have in EF6. So here we need to use scaffolding commands to generate model and context classes. No wizard is there here. You're required to go for using the scaffolding commands only to do that. How to do that? To generate model and context classes, use the below scaffolding command. See, scaffold hyphen DB context, connection string here, provider, output directory, name, and table files. What is this? This is a command name here. Here you require a kind of connection string. What is this provider? Provider is to tell what you want to use. Microsoft SQL Server, whatever you are using, or Microsoft system.data.odbc, OLDB like this. We just require to specify the provider. Output directory. What are they? Where do you want to generate the model and the context classes? Models folder. The output directory is to tell where the context and the model classes should be generated. Which folder? Models folder. And here you can give the name of your tables what you want. You can give the name of the tables what you want. You cannot use in latest version. You can use in old version. In MVC 6, in Core 6, we cannot use. In .NET Core 1.1 and 2.1, we can use it. Now we cannot use. Okay, so let us see how to use the things. In your project, oh, not create, click on the create button. Click on the create button. So we don't have any wizard like in our MVC 6. So what we require, sorry, MVC 5. What we require to do is completely, we require to go for using the package manager console. And use this command. All of you have a look at this command. Scaffold -db context and see the connection string. Data source, server, user ID, SA, password 123, database. I'm taking the old one MVCDB. Provider name. What is the library? Microsoft.NT Framework Core.SQL Server. In our ADO.NET, we used to Microsoft. System.data.SQL client. But here, Microsoft.NT Framework Core.SQL Server. Minus output directory. What is the directory name? Models folder. Minus tables. Student. Say. In the scaffold command, if we don't use minus table name attribute, it will generate model classes for all the tables in the database. It will generate you model classes for all the tables in the database. See, this is optional. If I don't use it, it will be generating you for all the tables. No, I want particular table, then we can use a minus tables, student, and you can give a comma separated list of table names. You can just give a comma separated list of table names here. Okay. So let me copy this command here. Yeah, guys, this is the command. Okay, now copy this. Paste it here. Do I need to install any package? Yeah, forgot to install, guys. We need to install these two Microsoft for working with NT Framework. These two packages we need to install. We forgot to do this. Tools, NuGet. And so the command is not getting recognized. Already in code also we just installed, in code first also we installed them, the same packages on. One is tools. Here be careful, nothing. 7 came off in the market, so that's just be a little bit careful. When you try 7, you'll get an error because we are opening on 6. I already shown you this. Just to change it to 6, that's all. I too did not install 7 on my machine still. I too did not test anything. Sorry, not identity framework. NT Framework Core.SQL. In 6, what is the latest you have? Install it. Okay. Yeah. Command started now. Build started. First it is compiling the project and doing all the things. It's working on it. Context class generated, see? MVCDB context, DB context. It has all things here. See, DB set, students, everything. Okay. And also where you have that should be in the solution explorer, students, model class. Generates, everything is generated to you. Okay. See, the above statement will generate a model class with the name student and also generates a context class with the name MVCDB context student. And then you have MVCDB context, both the two. Okay. Yeah, this is all what you have. This is all what you will be having on model creating. Yeah, it has some methods in it on model creating, what is the table to be. All this code it will write. Just we copy pasted the information here for your information, but no need to look at here. Just look in your code, you'll see everything. What is the next step? Control class, action method, use all these particular things we have. Okay, let us use scaffolding, guys. Let's go for using scaffolding. I'm not giving much focus on this. Just let us use the scaffolding to generate it. And you guys know how to do that. What you'll do? Right click, add controller. Once build project, build. Yeah, right click. What you'll do? Add. Sorry. Right click on the controllers folder, add controller, add model class. What is the model class? Student, context class, MVCDB context. Click on add button. Here see it is giving the controller name. Okay, and that is the controller name. Click on the add button. Guys, it will generate all the things. Few things we require to edit them, that's all. Where you require to edit is regarding the image. Regarding the image, you need to do the edit. Why? Image, if you remember in the table, it's a string column, varchar column. Correct or not? Because the varchar column, here it will create your text box. But if you remember, what did we do? We just written the code for taking that image and display a picture box there. Yes or not? If you run this, everything works, no issues. But problem is with image, you will be not seeing the image. You will be seeing a text box with the file names. That's what you will see. Those corrections only we require to make. And already how to just display images, save images. I explained all these things to you now. That changes required to be incorporated here. That's all. Rest of everything will be fine. Students. Okay. It is telling unable to resolve the service because we did not register the service. We did not register the service. DB context has to be added now, context service. So go to program class. Yeah. Above this one. Builder dot services dot add DB context. What is the class name? MVCDB context is the class name what we just have here. Okay. So fine. So that's the next step. What is pending? That's it. Students. Yeah. This is the problem I'm telling you. Notice it? This is the problem. And here also we're getting active, inactive records. These corrections we need to do. How many students are there? 10. Correct? Huh? So do this first. What you'll do is those 10 images, bring it here. Where in MVC core, images should be present, all the static files should be present under www root folder. Do you remember that? So add a folder here, add folder. Name it as images. Name the folder as images. Okay, so there's a place where all the images has to be put. Right click, add existed 10 student. Yeah, you already have the images on your machine now. Select them, guys. Already have in my machine, just to select them. All the images I just added here. Now I require to make the modification in so and so files. I just given you a detailed list of which file to be modified and all the things here. You can see first modification should be in the index view. In the index view. Here it has HTML.display for item.photo. This will show you photo name there, but what you want to see is the photo. Change it now. What to change? Image source, images, item.photo. What? Item. No image means no image. So just copy this code. First open index here. Which folder? Views, students, index. Index is nothing but our display students. Index is nothing but our display students. Here see. This is what it is writing. Remove this and add our code now. Okay now? Now you should see the image in the place of the name now. What things should be done somewhere? No. Item.photo, model.photo. Why did I write item.photo there? Wrong code. Images at thread model dot images folder. Fine. Just a second. Wrong. I'm modifying in the header here, not in the header now. We require to modify in the body. I'm putting this in the header. Header is column name. Header is column name. Now there is a display name for. Here I need to change. I'm sorry. Here, remove this. Put out statement. I done a wrong place. Friends. Yeah, I should get all the images. Okay, now next in edit, details. When you say details, here also. Okay, so what is the view? Solution Explorer, details view. Come to details view. Yes. This one. This line. Model.photo. Delete it. Place the new code. Now this has to launch you the photograph with a size of 200 pixels. Click on the details. Got your image. Okay, now. And one more important thing, guys, when you click on back to list, when you click on create new, same problem. I need to edit that also. I'll also make the same mistake, guys. Here is where I need to change. Again, changing in a wrong place. Okay. Where should I go? Create. In the create, all of you, observe here, in the create, if you notice, where is it? Photo. Input, you're just going to create an, sorry, if at all you just see, you're creating a input ASP-for. What it will create you? It will create you a text box there. Input will create you a text box. But what you want is not a text box. What you want is a input type file. Input type is file. See, in the create view. What do you have? ASP for photo, this is present. Replace it with this code. See what I'm putting? Fine. Same one, go to edit. Go to edit. In edit also. In edit also, we just require to make that particular modification. In edit also, I need. In edit, guys, first I want to show the old image there. I want to show the old image and then give you an option for selecting a new image. So for that reason, here also input ASP for photo is there now. Delete this. See first. What I'm doing? I'm going to show the old image first and here giving an option for selecting a new image. Okay. Finally, you're required to do one more thing, guys. What's it? In create and edit, for the form action, we need to add this. Remember this one? ENC type for image uploads and all, we need to do that. Where? Form tag. Where is the form tag? Form. Here also, in create also, I need to do that. All these things I already explained to you. That's why I just given you what changes to be done. That's it. What next? Delete. In delete, one change is there. Come to delete. In delete also, here in delete, you are going to show the photo. Delete this and here write the code for showing the photograph there completely. Go to the photograph, run it. Are we done? UI changes are done. Only thing is code changes are left out. What code changes? In code changes, you need to read the selected file value on the page and you need that value to be assigned. That change is left out, that's all. But remaining all are done. First to see the UI changes first. Details. Back to list. Edit. Close the old image, gives an option to delete. Delete option. back to list and create new. Choose file. Okay now. So only thing what is still pending for us is just we need to make the code changes here in our application, where in the student controller we require to input the IO, and we just require to go for picking the file and sending it to the database now. And you know that code. You recollect this code? For that, you require to pass the selected file here. But there we used to select what is that posted file base. Remember that posted file base is now iForm file. The posted file base is now iForm file. iForm file, selected file. But remaining all the code is going to be same like the old one. You're required to just to do that in both these two places. Once you do that, you're done. Only that is pending, guys. We just require to make the changes in the appropriate thing. I'll show you that tomorrow. And my account becomes activated by tomorrow, 24 hours it gets activated. Tomorrow I'll show you the hosting process also. Okay, we'll do that also. We missed it today. I'm sorry for that. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow.